Last night was real peculiar. The moon was shining so bright and it was so gigantic and detailed in the sky. It was as if it was a holy symbol. And I'm not the only one who saw it. But what's strange to me is I pointed it out to some of my coworkers last night because how can you not? It was doing a whole lot last night, and it was the only thing in the sky. There wasn't even a cloud in the sky. It was clear as day. It was obviously something was going on, whether it be a sign or a holy phenomenon. I don't know, but it makes me mad because when I point it out, everybody's just like, "What are you talking about?" It's just, like, what you mean? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Something is going on. I don't know what it is. It feels like it's specifically catered to a certain group of people because the other group of people, they don't even care. They're not even aware. How are you not aware of a gigantic glowing orb in the sky that when you take your eyes off of it for 1 or 2 seconds, it vanishes? I kind of had a good day yesterday. I was kind of vibing out. I was in a happier mood than usual. And it seemed like it fed the moon or something. It fed it. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I think that's peculiar. I took my eyes off of it for a little bit and I went back to work, and then I came back out 30 minutes later and the moon had completely shifted away across the sky, and it was sitting in front of a cloud that wasn't there before. And it was all yellow and pasty, and it looked like something out of a Thomas Kincaid book. And it made me feel uneasy. I didn't feel safe. I felt uneasy. I recorded a video of it too. I'm going to post it as well. But I pay attention. Those who don't pay attention just get ran over by whatever. And I'm uncomfortable because I'm a slave underneath the moon. So what if it's holy if I'm enslaved to wage slavery and capitalism, and my stomach hurts and I'm dizzy all the time and I'm hungry and thirsty and the whole pissing and pooping thing? How can you see it as something beautiful and holy when all those things are going on? It's hard for me to compartmentalize it and think about it in a positive sense when only negative things are actually happening. The only positive things that happen are the things that you forcefully make happen. Like you create something or you manifest something. But that's not positive because that's not naturally by default positive. That's a forced positive situation. And that's the only time I see kindness and positivity and love in this life, is when I force it out. But when I just go like this, I just put my hands up and I just watch what's happening by default, it's nothing positive. It's always something that takes from you and extracts from you. An invisible force and a visible force are there. It's constantly pulling at you. Every time I get home from work, I don't know if it's because I'm getting old or what, but every time I get home from work, I sit on my couch and I just completely pass out like this. I just completely pass out. I feel spunt out of my mind, dizzy, fatigued. My eyes are all bloodshot. And I'm thinking to myself, am I dying? I'm dying. Because I'm for sure not living. How is that living? You know how much it costs to live? You have to be wealthy to actually live. You can't just have a good job and then say you're living. You're not living, you're surviving. Every single day I pass out with my mouth hanging open on the couch. And then I get up and it's time to go back. It's time to start it over again. Start it up. Hey, get back to it. And then people tell us that we're supposed to be blessed, that we're supposed to be grateful for this life, for this manifested dimension, like it's a gift. If it's a gift, why do you have to pay for it? I got an idea. I'm gonna have some babies and bring them into this life so they can experience this gift. No, wrong. You know, what gets me confused is there's every single day I'm different. One day I'm angry, one day I'm happy, one day I'm sad. But I always have to bring it back to the truth. And the truth is, I can't let a temporary fleeting happy moment take over my whole way of thinking. The experiences that I've experienced. And what I've experienced is nothing but sorrow, death, wage slavery, fear, hunger, strange emotions, walking around at night, existentialism from the floating planets. And I can't just pretend like that's not happening, live in la la land, say, you know what, I had a good day yesterday. No, that's living in la la land. No, I'm a scientist. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. Because if those who don't ask questions don't get out. And those who do ask questions don't get out. But at least you're one more step closer than the person behind you. You know, it's tough, man. Some days I feel like it's a lesson. I'm learning a lesson here about how to be humble, about how to work hard, about how to treat others in the midst of chaos. About how to show kindness to ugly-hearted people by leading as an example. I think that maybe that's the reason why we're here. But okay, like to what end though? Does it ever get better for us? Why do we have to die to experience heaven? Why can't we experience heaven right here? Look at this person rushing up on me. Why is everybody's gonna get into a car accident? This place is just it's a rat race. You know, I just don't know, man. I just don't know how much longer I can put up with this place. I mean, what really gets me is, why does God need us or whatever to bring kindness to people? Why can't he show kindness? Why can't he? How you gonna have broken people show kindness to other broken people? Make it make sense. I mean, you would think that if he wants us to show how good the Lord is and how good, how kind, and to bring them closer to the Lord, you think that he would make the people who believe in him wealthy. That way we're always in a jolly mood, and then we lead by example. And then the people who are angry, they'll be like, why are these people so full of joy? Wow, God must be coming through for them. They must be living a good, abundant life. Wow, they must be well fed. Wow, they must have a family. They must have a beautiful wife or a husband. But no, that's not what's happening. He's having broken people who are enslaved, diseased, tired, sick, try to bring other people to him or it. That don't make no sense. That's like trying to repair something that's broken with a tool that's broken. How does that make sense? Make it make sense. I'm on a journey here. I'm on a journey of trying to figure out what's going on. And unlike the people around me who don't ask any questions, I ask questions. You should ask questions. You shouldn't just sit there and just accept it for what it is and keep living your life until you rot and then you just dust in the wind. No. You've got to ask questions. You've got to keep poking at it until it opens up and a flower blooms, and you take the flower and you analyze that and then you ask why. Why? The definition of insanity is doing something over and over and over again, expecting a different result, right? So isn't that what we're doing every single day? The same thing over and over and over and over, and going to work, paying bills, dealing with ugly-hearted coworkers and strange energy, being tripped out by the existentialism from the floating spheres in the sky that keep changing and doing whatever they want to do. Breathing in the same poison air. eating the same food, going around the corner to the same little restaurant, to the same little fast food place, and then coming back. Everything's on a loop. Isn't that a recipe for disaster? I mean, it's not changing anything. So you're supposed to do something different, right? And then I'm thinking that to do something different is, it sounds like suicide, but I don't want to. I can feel in my heart that that's the wrong thing to do, even though I would like to leave. I mean, I want to go to a place where there's magic and beautiful architecture and colors I've never seen before, which I know exist. I know that different dimensions exist. I know that this stuff is real because I could feel it. I could taste it. I could smell it. And sometimes I sense beings around me and stuff, and you could just feel it. Just how you can feel music, but you can't prove that it exists. Just because you see an instrument sitting there, that doesn't mean that you can actually prove that it exists. A melody is ethereal. A melody is ethereal. Anyways, I just don't know what's going on. All I know is that I'm totally exhausted. People go, "Oh, you look young." Well, I'm not young. To me, I mean, I turned 34 in a couple of days. That's not young. And people go, "Yes, it is." But you know what? I have an analogy for that. Do you want a 34-year-old car? No, you don't. Why? Because it's old, right? You don't want a 34. Exactly. Or let's say 2 brooms were created a week ago. That's pretty new, right? Well, one of those brooms could still snap within 2 or 3 days. So it doesn't matter how old you are. What matters is when you break. Bottom line, it just matters when you break, not when you were created. So it doesn't matter if someone's older than me talking about well, he's young, he has a X, Y, and Z to go. It doesn't matter. What matters is when I break. I haven't broken yet, but I can feel it. I can feel the integrity of my manifestation falling apart deep down. But yet we just gotta keep pushing, keep going, keep taking everybody's crap. I'm tired of the energy that exudes off of other people when I gotta do what I gotta do to survive in this strange manifested dimension that doesn't have a resolution, that doesn't have a conclusion. If there's anything I hate more than anything in this world, is doing things that don't have a conclusion. Why would we keep going to work if the work keeps messing up every single day and you had to go back and fix it and then it messes up again? What? I hate doing stuff that doesn't resolve itself. Imagine painting something and spending all your time painting something, and then the next day you come back and it unpainted itself. You'd be like, fuck! That would drive you to insanity, right? So how come I'm not allowed to go insane? I should have the right and the freedom to go insane. Where's the mercy? Where's the universal basic income? Where's the universal health care? Why is it just in Europe and Switzerland? Why isn't it here? You know, at one point I used to be proud to be a United citizen until I grew up and realized that I was in bondage. That we're just a despicable country and we just bully people and we take from other people. No, as a matter of fact, no, we take from our own people and give to other countries. Like how they sent billions of dollars to Ukraine. What about us? Now I'm talking Earth stuff, human stuff, alien stuff, the little human race politics. That's a bunch of bullshit, you know? All of it. Every time I look at people on the street, everybody's walking around like this, with their head down. Like that woman right there. Like that man right there. Like that bum right there in the street. Everybody's kicking rocks. Literally, I'm not making this up. There's happening right now. Every time I turn up, and then people go, and then when people get me to the side, they go, "Brandon, what's wrong with you?" Well, I don't know. Well, every time I look up and I talk to people, everybody got their head down. Everybody's face is gray. Everybody's lips are dry. Everybody's hungry. Everybody's tired. Everybody's stressed out. Everybody's worried. Everybody's hustling and bustling. Traffic is up to face. There's weird phenomenons in the sky. There's a whole bunch of obligations and expectations in this realm. This place makes me sick. If the universe became a person and would start walking down the street, I'd choke it. I'd choke it. I'd put it in handcuffs and I'd drop it off of a mountain and I'd look at motherfucker. But it's elusive. I can't get my hands on this place. And then I'm mad because I thought God loved us. You know? This ain't love. This is hatred. And I keep fooling myself. One day I'm in a good mood. I'll be in a good little lighthearted mood. Oh, my heart, I'll feel something beautiful. I'll play something deep on my guitar. I'll feel the Lord there. And I think to myself, hey, get your hands out of my pocket. Now I know what that means. When I was a kid, I used to watch that movie Bamboozled. My stepdad used to put, and Malcolm X, that scene where the guy was like, get your hand out of my pocket. And he just tripped out, started causing a scene. They said, get him out of here. Now I get it. Once I start feeling the deep love in my heart when I do things that are beautiful, or I feel something blossoming inside of me, I gotta tell myself, man, get your hand out of my pocket. Because I know deep down the truth, and the truth is the pain and the suffering that we're going through every single day that's not letting up. It won't let up. All the people who have screamed, all the witchcraft going on, all the Ouija board stuff. I've got to figure it out. I don't want to be here until I'm 80. I want to leave. And those who don't ask questions have to stay. I don't want to stay. I got to get out. I don't have no mental issue. People who want to stay in a place like this have a mental issue. I want to go to a place of fantasy. I want to go to the crystal castles in a different dimension with the waterfalls, the rainbow waterfalls with the mist floating and the fireflies and the food in the air that you smell that you've never, and the colors that you've never. It exists. It exists, and I know it because I'm an artist myself. I could design it. If I could think it, I can create it. If I can create it, that means it's already been created because I'm just an extension of the creator. There is a divine place, and I got to get there. I've already given up weed. I treat people really kindly. I don't have any sins really, except for I have one sin. And that's I sometimes I give into adult content, and that's my last sin I could think of. Other than that, I don't hurt nobody. I don't plot negatively. I only want the best for people. But the last sin that I could think of that's preventing me from leaving this place is giving into adult content. I've got to strip that off of me. Maybe then a door will open up and then I can leave this place. I'm being completely transparent because I want out of here. I don't care. I've got to get out. It's not insanity. It's the truth.